Welcome to Flipside Planet 盤面の向こう側音楽の惑星フリップサイドプラネットへようこそ、本日はスペシャルゲストをお招きしております。John Carroll Kirby さんです。Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to Flipside Planet.
Thank you.
So coming up this week, we've got Los Angeles keyboardist and composer John Carroll Kirby. John Carroll Kirby さんです。LA 出身の、コンポーザー、プロデューサー、銀盤奏者、ミュージシャンです。ブラッドオレンジとかフランクオーシャンなどいろんな楽曲に原盤として参加してますし、ソランジュの When I Get Home というアルバムで数曲コンポーズもされてます。スティーブ・レイシーの Bad Habit もね、はい、ジョンさんのコンポーズです。はい、その才能を遺憾なく至るところで発揮しております。2020年にストーンスローからデビューアルバム My Garden をリリースされまして、2023年に、Blowout というアルバムを、はい、発表しました。これはね、リベラーアワードで、ベストジャズアルバムも受賞されているということで、今回ビルボードライブ東京と大阪でソロライブを披露する予定でございます。It's not the first time to come to Japan, right?
No, I've spent a lot of time here.
Yeah. 何回目ですか? How many times you've been here?
Oh gosh.
Are you counting?
Yeah, I lost count. Yeah.
More than 5.
More than 5 for sure. Yeah, I love it here. Love
it. Nice. So you're gonna play in Billboard live in Tokyo and Osaka this time, right?
That's right.
Yep. What can we expect from your upcoming show? 何をしますか?
So the upcoming show is a solo show, and I'm playing a lot of piano and sort of accompanying myself on sort of synthesizers.
シンセサイザーも。
And it's in preparation for a release of piano music that's coming up in early summer this year, and it's an album called Piano Works 2016 to 2026, so it's like a sort of 10
years decade work.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sort of a retrospective or whatever you want to call it. And so I've just been kind of focusing on the piano lately, been playing a lot of great concerts and doing like new renditions of my old songs for a more solo piano setting, and then playing some of my more piano based albums. Like I have an album called Tuscany, an album called Conflict, so revisiting those, and then some new stuff, so I'm really looking forward to it.
そのピアノとシンセサイザーを一緒にプレイするっていうことでね、これはすごい楽しみな、はい、ライブになりそうです。So you just released a new track, right? The Suntory. That's perfect pronunciation. Suntory. Yeah, Suntory です。Yeah. Can we hear that? Can we listen to that song together?
Oh, absolutely.
Can I play that? Yep. Let's go. What synthesizer sounding behind the piano?
That synthesizer is a combination of two synthesizers. One is a Prophet, and the other is a Behringer Pro 800.
800.
So it's like a little
small one.
Yeah. Reissue one. Yeah.
Are you layering the same phrases?
Yeah. So I work a lot with MIDI.
Oh.
And
then
so
run it.
Okay. I'll send it to two different things.
Same
wow.
time.
Yeah.
That's why it sounds so beautiful and it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, so this one I recorded the piano here in Japan actually.
Oh, really?
And then I was in Australia to do some overdubs, and
with different piano.
With different musicians. So the piano stayed. But you hear there's like a upright bass.
I see.
And that's this guy, Tony Buchan, who's co-produced and mixed a lot of my music. And then just by chance, this guy named Mauro Refresco, hope I'm not butchering his name. He's amazing. He was on tour with David Byrne in Australia at that time.
Okay.
And so we just said, come by the studio. And he came and he played so beautiful.
What instrument he's playing?
Sorry, he's playing percussion. There's like some very light percussion in there. Yeah.
デイビッド・バーンとも一緒に、ツアーをやった方がね、パーカッションで参加しているということで、そのパーカッションもただフルで弾かないでこうテクスチャーのように弾いてくれという指示でできたそうです。確かに右から聞こえますね。
I think this song very influenced by Ahmad Jamal. Do you know Ahmad Jamal?
Yeah, Ahmad Jamal Trio, Ahmad Jamal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actually, it reminds me of Bill Evans' The Peace Piece.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I think there's some of that where it's just kind of building on one little idea the whole time and trying to just develop it.
Yeah, there's the sequences on the, on the bass, then the piano phrase is over since. So, yeah.
I could hear that. Yeah.
Wow, what a beautiful song. はい、ジョン・キャロル・カービーさんの新曲、Suntory でございました。I read the article about how do you set the name Suntory on this track, right? You found there's a boss got piano no on the piano, then there's a Suntory actually made by Suntory.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's why you set the name.
Yeah, not the most meaningful thing, but sometimes when I'm writing, I write at the computer and you have to hit save. And the second you hit save, you have to give
it
the
name.
So save, I don't know what, Suntory.
Yeah.
And sometimes that sticks and that's the title.
Nice. Suntory. Yeah, Suntory です。日本のね、ビバレッジメーカーのサントリーですね。But yeah, this is really like Japanese pronunciation. Suntory, that's perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's so funny because, my friend, do you know Hikaru Utada?
I'm not sure I do.
Yes, Hikaru Utada is a Japanese singer born and raised in New York. Then she was once appeared in a commercial for Suntory. Then there's a sparkling water commercial. Then she said, "Switch in sparkling Suntory." I was like, "What? Is Suntory in English?" But
American way.
I don't know. But I didn't know. Maybe Suntory confirmed the English pronunciation Suntory. But rather say Suntory. Yeah.
How about Moog or Moog?
Oh, that's a good question. I say Moog.
Okay, I say Moog too.
You too?
I think Moog is correct, but I prefer
What?
Moog. That's what they say.
Really?
Bob Moog. But
enough.
I don't know. I like the wrong way.
Fair enough.
I say Los Angeles, not Los Angeles. So
Los Angeles.
I don't say it the Spanish way, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the wrong way is the right way.
Interesting. ムーグもね、本当はモーグらしいですけどね。はい、モーグらしいです。私たちはムーグと呼びます。We prefer say Moog. Yeah. サントリーもそうですね。はい。Oh, what a beautiful song. So, yeah. What was the concept behind it? There's no concept.
Well, the concept behind the whole album is just when I get the chance to be at a piano, a lot of times when I'm traveling, I'll try to write a piece of music that sort of, takes a day to compose and record. So not like a big piece, but something that kind of feels like it's sort of done in a day. And so that, I don't know, some people could call that, like in a classical sense, you could say that's an impromptu. So like an impromptu is a sort of piece of music that might feel kind of slightly improvised, or like you wrote it at one sitting at the piano. And so a lot of the songs on my new album are like that. And I think the album is just kind of like exercise in composing, and when I'm just sitting
and composing.
Sitting down and trying to just work on my library or my repertoire of composing, not with a particular emotion or like a emotional narrative behind the whole thing, but just at the piano and what happens when I sit down.
Illuminate your inner world by playing the piano.
Yeah, and just it just show like a bit of what I'm doing when I have free time, not necessarily when I'm trying to show you.
They push yourself too much.
Yeah,
okay, I see. ピアノの前に座ってこう自分の思うがままに指先が動くままにこう演奏したものをまとめた作品になっているということでございます。Nice. What a beautiful song. So, I know you have a deep love for Japanese music, but unfortunately, there's so many beautiful songs which haven't been discovered yet by the world yet. So I've handpicked some tracks I think you might never heard before.
Oh, amazing.
So I'd love to get your honest reaction and impressions.
Okay.
So, Bossa Nova by Arita Saki.
Okay.
Hi, this is quite new songs.
Okay.
Released last year, maybe 2025年にリリース、released in 2025. Quite recent song. But so, I don't know how to say. Just let's take a listen.
Right.
Let's take a listen. Let's go.
She's Japanese, the singer?
She composed a song too by herself.
Oh, cool.
有田咲さんのボサノバという曲でした。
That's cool. Yeah.
Like it?
I like that. She's got a really nice voice. And I like the minimal production. And
ミニマルなプロダクションがすごくいいですね。
the percussion was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find Japanese and Brazilians, of course, have a kind of, you know, Japanese love Brazilian music, and I don't know, there seems to be a big exchange there. I know there's a lot of Japanese people in Brazil. Yeah. But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. When I listened to the song when I was in really like snow in the snow mountain, I was on the Shinkansen, and then the Shinkansen suddenly, my sight suddenly opened after get out from the tunnel. There's just a beautiful snow coming down. Then this music was coming into my ears. So I was like, wow, so beautiful.
You could see that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, 有田咲さんのボサノバでした。Yeah. はい。ということで、今週は、ジョン・カロル・カービーさんをお迎えしております。So, you've contributed to Haruomi Hosono-san's the compilation, and I hear that you spent time with him in person, yeah?
Fortunately, yes.
Fortunately,
yes.
Nice.
Amazing person to be around. Just a legend. Such a big fan. And just a really humble guy, and just a kind of funny guy. He doesn't need a lot of attention in the room. He's just kind of there, and but then so much cool, so many cool stories, and so much musical wisdom. Yeah,
such a legend. Fun fact: he's actually a senior alumnus of my high school.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's in Saitama. It's a suburb of Tokyo.
Yeah.
Like more than 1 hour away from here. But it's a Protestant private school.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I went to a Catholic school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
nice. So
I know a bit of that.
Maybe from the same high school. Yeah, he's a kind of legend senior.
Do they have a picture of him up in the high school?
Unfortunately,
nothing like that.
Maybe many of them. Most of them don't know.
Okay.
Doesn't know about him, maybe. But there's many famous musicians actually from that high school. So kind of musical heritage they have. But I couldn't feel it, but I ended up being a musician.
Okay,
so,
so it was in the air.
Yeah, it's in there. Something there.
That's cool.
So that'sね. Yeah. What do you find most charming about Japanese music? 日本の音楽ですごい面白いと思うことってどんなことですか?
Gosh, so much. I think, I think what's especially Hosono, who might be my favorite Japanese musician, I feel like, so much to like about him, but he's got a great sense of humor. And then he just has a fascination with other cultures too, and other musical styles and exotica and stuff like that. And that's something I'm really into as well. And then, of course, I love Japanese music from like the 70s and 80s, and you can just feel like, the best vibe in the studio, the coolest gear, the best, the best sounds, and the musicians, like really skillful musicians, and then but really funky, and then but funky in their own way. Like I think of like Yukihiro Takahashi too, is like just funky in his own way, kind of boxy feel, but that's what makes it so funky.
Interesting. 細野さんもねすごいユーモアのある人で、でもいろんな音楽に対するね興味もあって本当に世界を広げてくれる人で、そういう人たちがいるってことがね日本の音楽の面白いところだと思います。Actually, Yukihiro Takahashi is also from that high school.
Oh, is he? Okay, yeah. I thought maybe they grew up together or something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah, so
Legendary.
Legendary. Yeah,
Legendary.
No one knows that though.
Yeah, wow.
No one knows that. What do you think that city pop has become such a global phenomenon right now? Right?
Yeah.
What's going on right now?
I don't know, but someone told me something interesting that in there's like an AI music creation software. And my friend was telling me that the number one created genre or the number one keyword is city pop.
City pop.
So people with AI are making more city pop than anything else.
Wow. How do you feel when you listen to city pop in LA? Wow.
Right.
Because that kind of sound actually matches this view, right? This beautiful skyscraper in the night and the beautiful like metropolis in Tokyo. So
totally.
But I can't imagine what kind of connection between like the LA landscape and that city pop music.
Well, I wonder if city pop loves a good sunset and maybe a swimming pool and maybe some palm trees.
That's so true.
Which is something we have.
That's
in LA.
great.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think, not just city pop, but all over the world or maybe just all over the internet, there's just a big obsession with Japan as a whole right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you must feel it being here.
It's been on trend for a long time.
Yeah.
Since a long time ago.
True.
Yeah.
True. I mean, Japan is just like nowhere else and just so cool and so deep and so fun. So
yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be in trend forever, I suppose.
いや本当にね日本が世界中で今トレンドになってますからね。Yeah, I didn't notice how unique the Japanese culture is. Since I started living in London, right?
Yeah.
So unique. Like we were chilling at the Far East Island, and we cultivated our culture by ourselves, and But sometimes we exchange our culture between like Netherlands or only the specific countries, but we kept ourselves locked in for over 400 years. Then. Yeah, we shaped our culture by ourselves. That's really unique. That's scary happen all around the world. So,
yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
actually. Yeah.
Nowhere else like it.
Yeah, no one else like it. Yeah, 本当にそうですね。はい。I heard the original artists that that they are entirely thrilled. They are not entirely thrilled about like they feel that label city pop. Yeah, because they wonder why it wasn't appreciated this way back then. So that's why they are like kind of feel weird. It's like similar to how neo soul was the word widespread it like become the marketing term, something like that.
Yeah, I think genres can kind of rub artists the wrong way. I think of my favorite. One of my favorite piano players, Ahmad Jamal. I remember critics would say about him that he was a cocktail pianist. So, like if you're having a cocktail, that would be the background music or something like that. And,
I see.
And that could be a little bit offensive, I suppose. But people need a way to categorize things, and when you do that with art, you're usually gonna rub things the wrong way. But
that's no offense, but they have to figure out what they feeling, right?
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. All right. So, can I play your song again? I really love your song, Wabi.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's really. I don't know why it hits me.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Can we play that? Yeah. John Carroll Kirby さんの Wabi という、曲をみんなで一緒に聴きましょう。お願いします。What's the sound? The flute?
Yeah. Yep. That's a good friend of mine, and he plays in my band. His name is Logan Hone, and he's an amazing flute and saxophone player.
Is that the guy accompanying with you to Fuji Rock like last time?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
My friends actually mentioned about him.
Oh,
he looks really cute on the stage.
He steals the show every night. When he's big energy on stage. Amazing guy.
Wow, beautiful song. John Carroll Kirby さんの Wabi という曲でした。What was that situation when you wrote this song?
So this whole album I wrote, I was sort of in a conflict with a family member, and I was just trying to deal with that. And I guess when you're in an argument with someone, you always want them to be wrong and you to be right. And I think this album was sort of me giving up on that position.
Okay.
And just saying, okay, there's no wrong, there's no right. Two people with the good intentions.
No one's perfect.
No one's perfect, and so that whole album, I was trying to find these sort of reflective, like a cell of music. So each song is really short thing repeated, maybe a little variation, and just kind of in between major and minor sometimes, and just finding like a sort of tonal center that isn't particularly sad, happy, angry, humorous. Somewhere between. And I think that was kind of my way of dealing with what I was going through.
Interesting. あの時ちょっと家族と揉めてた時期があって、その時にね、そういう時って大体自分が正しい向こうが悪いって言いがちなんですけど、そのポジションをもうやめようと、自分がこの人間っていうものは完璧じゃないんだよっていうところを受け入れるような、そういうシチュエーションだったそうです。だからメジャーとマイナーをちょっと行き来したその間のどこかにある、そのような感情を、捉えようとした楽曲だったそうです。It makes sense. Wabi. It's wabi-sabi. Yeah, totally.
Do you say wabi-sabi in Japanese, or is it a more Western?
That's a good question. So, we don't say wabi-sabi in like daily conversation. We don't say like, oh, that's wabi-sabi or something like that. But we unconsciously have that kind of concept.
Okay.
Like that's kind of common sense. But we didn't know wabi-sabi. We never learned the word wabi-sabi in school. But maybe outside of the world found that concept. Then actually, they put the name on it. But actually, we know the word wabi-sabi, but we don't actually know what does it mean.
Got it.
So we still don't know.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I'm not sure I know it.
Yeah, but it's was founded by people outside of Japan. Then
I see, brought in kind of.
Yeah.
The concept was sort of reintroduced or something.
Yeah, reintroduced actually. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, they reintroduce it. Yeah, but we don't say, oh, that's wabi-sabi or something like that.
Right.
That's awkward to say. Actually, I didn't know what kintsugi was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I found it. There's a kintsugi class in London.
Oh,
I was
cool.
like, what's a kintsugi?
Yeah.
They explain what they doing perfectly. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Japan's so cool.
And that's where you put the gold in the plate, right?
Yeah. Put the gold, then fix the porcelain.
And what's this like? What's the meaning behind it? Is it like
that's kind of wabi-sabi things? Like
okay.
There's imperfection, but and keep it alive.
Make
and
the imperfection beautiful.
Make an imperfection beautiful, and that's immortal thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. All right. Can I play another song of my favorite song from Japan? Maybe you haven't heard of it yet. So okay, let me see. 岡田拓郎さん流そうかな。いいですか？岡田拓郎さん。He's a great composer in Japan, but he's so underrated. I'm frustrated about it. He's so underrated. Okada Takuro-san. He's a guitarist basically, but he composed and he did the mixing by himself apparently. And this is a beautiful song which is released last year actually, the 2025. It's called Konoma. I don't know how to pronounce even. Mahidere Birhan. どうやって言うか分かりませんが、岡田拓郎さんの曲でございます。Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. Mahidere Birhan.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Mahidere Birhan. Anyway, this is a beautiful song. Let's go.
Yeah. I like that one.
It's a beautiful song, right?
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the guitar player's name?
He's a guitar player. Yeah. He's playing guitar here, but he composed the whole song. Yeah.
Super cool.
Super cool. He's from 1991. I'm from 1991 too, so
okay.
I feel appreciated to be alive, in the same era.
Yeah. Wow. And so I'm assuming the band is Japanese as well, or
I think so.
Tokyo-based, the kind of thing?
I think so. Yeah, most of them. I don't know precisely, but yeah, the saxophone player, for example, is a Japanese player. Yeah, Matsumaru-san. Yeah,
cool.
So cool. Right?
Yeah.
So underrated.
I agree.
Don't you think so?
Yeah. Where would what would be the opportunities for a musician? Like, would he be playing in a jazz club kind of thing, or how would people?
岡田さんってどこでやってますいつも。It's really small venue.
Small jazz club.
It's really rare to perform with the full band, but he always play with the guitar or just with the saxophone.
I see.
So kind of budget wise.
Yeah. I know that.
But,
yeah.
But yeah. そうなんです。
That's cool.
That's cool, right?
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, もっと世界に見つかってほしいと思います。I want him to be discovered by,
Damn.
world.
Yeah.
100%.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's me. Okay. This is a really random question, but have you ever regret performing under your real name?
Regret performing?
Oh. Instead of setting your artist.
Oh, no. I like my name. And it saves me. I think, when you come up, sometimes I think about band names, and they all seem really silly.
Okay.
And
what's that?
Like I don't know, Tame Impala or something. I'm not trashing them. I'm a fan, but
yeah.
Like if you think about what it's actually saying, it feels a little silly. Then again, the band kind of means something different than the two words put together now.
Yeah.
Takes a different meaning, but I'm happy to not have to come up with a band name. I hate doing that. And my name is just my name, so I can say, it wasn't my decision. Yeah.
So it naturally happened.
Yeah.
Composing with your real name.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I like that it's a long name. And, Carol is more like girl's name, kind of. But it's kind of old.
Carol King or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, I don't know. I just like it's like a long, actually, people say it sounds British.
Yeah, so kind of, yeah.
And when you're an American, British means like fancy. So.
I see. Yeah, 本名で活動して後悔したことありますって聞いたら、いや、そんなことないと。自分の名前も気に入ってるし、いや、ちょっと他のバンドの名前をね、やるとちょっと変な気持ちがあるから、実は自分の名前でやってることが気に入っているということです。I sometimes feel regret.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes, when I go to the hospital and everyone called my real name, then someone noticed me. Oh, it's him. So I was like,
oh, I see.
My real name is so rare.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen the guy who was the same name. So even in the surname and the last name. So, yeah. So
what does your name like have a translation or does does the kanji have a?
My surname's Obukuro.
Obukuro.
Okay. It's a small bag.
Small bag. Is that right?
So I said another producer name. I play the house music sometimes. Then it says packet. That's like a packet.
Oh yeah,
it's a small bag. Yeah,
I see.
You know what I mean?
Baggy.
Yeah. You composed. You work with the Solange.
That's right.
Yeah, the last two albums.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
You sometimes just play the keyboard, and sometimes you compose the song.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's a favorite song from her latest album. It was 10 years ago, maybe.
It's been a while. Not quite 10,
right?
But 7.
Down with the Click.
Oh, nice.
That's an amazing
good
song.
One.
Can we play that?
Yeah.
Let's go. Wow.
Nice. That was cool to hear. I haven't heard that in forever.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's awesome.
Awesome composition. I have no idea how did you guys write the song? What was the process? How did you achieve that?
Yeah. So,
どうやって書いたんですかこんなすごい曲。
There's like this loop, this piano synthesizer drum loop that I was working on in my studio by myself. And it kind of has that feel where you don't know how to count it, kind of, but it's kind of looping, right? And so I had posted that on my stories, just like, oh, I'm in the studio working on this, and Solange DM'd me, and she said, what's that song? I said, I don't know, I'm just cooking up.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, can you bring that in? Like, you know, next time we get together. I said, oh, yeah, sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, but then the thing about Solange, one thing she does really uniquely and really well is she edits really well. So that bum 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 bum. So that was her doing those kind of cuts. She made those happen, and then she would, you know, she just edits things like nobody else does it, and she's not limited like, oh, this needs to be 4 bars, this needs to be 8 bars, whatever. She doesn't care about that, and that's what makes her music so special. One of the many things that makes her music so special. And then she wrote those lines, and then I think Tyler the Creator came and played some keyboards on there as well.
On the song?
Yeah, and I think that's him at the end, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's how that happened. Yeah,
wow.
Pretty cool.
ピアノとベースのループをずっとスタジオで作って、それをインスタグラムにポストしたら、ソランジュから DM が来て、これ何っつって、いや今作ったんだけどつったら、じゃあスタジオに持ってきてよってことで持ってったと。そしたらソランジュがそれをダンダンダンダンとかありますよね。あれを自分でもうカットして自分でエディットしちゃって、でああいう曲になったと。で結局タイラー・ザ・クリエイターがそのピアノを弾いた、ピアノ is a
synthesizer maybe?
Yeah. シンセサイザーを後で弾いたみたいですけど、Wow, this is wow. You now belong to kind of LA music or music community, right? It's so you released the song from Stones Throw, right?
That's right.
The Suntory as well.
Yeah. Many. Gosh, I have a lot of albums out with Stones Throw, maybe like 7 now or something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, how you feel? You feel kind of family with that?
I do. Yeah, I do feel family. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, and you know. So like I lost my house in the fire.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that.
A year ago, and since then they let me go into the studio when it's free and just play the piano and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm just kind of popping in all the time now, and it really does feel like a family, and they've been very supportive. So yeah, it's really nice.
That's so sweet. そうですね。LA の山火事でね、ちょっと家を失ったっていう事件がありまして、それからねスタジオをねただで使わせてくれたりと、ストーンズスローさんがいろいろサポートしてくれたそうで、今はもう家族のように感じているということです。なるほどね。Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, the song, for example, that kind of song is definitely impossible to be written by AI, right? It's really there's a human.
Yeah, so much about it is really human. Right? Yeah, no auto tune and just weird bars and yeah.
How do you feel about the rise of AI in music?
AI in music?
Is it a joyful innovation?
Yeah, I don't think about it that much. You know, it can be used like a tool. You know, like maybe, I don't know when it was, 10 years ago, this thing called Splice came out. Splice. And Splice was sort of like a library where you could just use music that other people have created royalty free. And, you know, that didn't ruin music, where all that did was allow people who don't know how to play or thing just be able to drag and create music. But it's not like that's, maybe there's one Sabrina Carpenter song that's like a direct splice loop. But for the most part, it's not like that's the music we hear in our daily life or on the radio. It's just a chance for people to mess around and be creative and get ideas. So probably, if I'm being optimistic, I think that AI will have something like that. I don't know. I don't know if like a full like AI star is really what we need, because I think we like to know that the person on the other side is a real person. But
interesting.
Watch me be totally wrong.
I don't think so. Yeah, it opened the door for everyone to I don't know, be creative or to be something. But yeah, I don't know it is good or not, but you just open the door for everyone. That's a good thing. That's a joyful side of this the AI. But the true musician has to play instruments. Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, and true rapper has to rap.
Right.
Right. So.
Yeah, I use it sometimes. Like I was doing something for just composing something for a commission piece, and they want it to sound like children playing double dutch, like chanting while they're playing double
dutch. The two ropes.
Yeah. But the chanting that they do, like sort of people that kind of sing songs.
Yeah.
And I typed that into like an AI music making software, and it just came up with the most insane, not double dutch sound, just the most like random non-language, like when you see AI writing and it kind of looks like Russian writing, but you can't really tell what it's saying. It was like that, just like nonsense language, and these kids like shouting this nonsense language, and it sounded so weird and creepy and wrong. But it sounded really cool.
Really?
Yeah, but they didn't use it for the thing I was composing, but I was like, wow, how'd you come up with that? So, for something to generate some ideas, I don't see the problem.
面白いですね。そう、AI について今聞いたんです。AI についてどう思いますって言ったら、スプライスっていうね、サンプルをいろいろ自分から取ってくれるサイトが10年前にできてですね、それでね、いろんな人が音楽を自分が演奏しなくても作れるようになりましたから、そういう意味では、AI っていうのはいろんな人にね、こうドアを開いたのかもしれませんが、一回ダブルダッチっていうね、2つの縄をこうやってやって子供たちが歌いながら遊ぶっていうプロンプトを AI に読み込まして出てきた音楽がすごい変で面白かったっていう話をね今してくれました。はい。Good. Wow. Yeah. I sometimes use the AI. I mean, I want to check. I want them to check my like lyrics. Then I want them know they give me the good critics. So that's how I use.
That's cool.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel happy. Sometimes I feel. Yeah, you get the point or something like that.
Right. So. And is that for English lyrics or Japanese lyrics?
Japanese lyrics.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Japanese lyrics.
Right. And do you think it gives you like good, honest feedback sometimes?
They sometimes feel, this is kind of, you have to, it doesn't make any sense with these combinations, something like that. But yeah, it's not 100% right, but yeah, I sometimes take it.
Right,
yeah.
A little feedback.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's how I use it. But yeah, I never tried that, like a kind of Suno or something like that. But yeah, that's it. I think it's opened the door for everyone. But yeah, that's a good side. But the bad side, actually, that in the UK, there's a weird AI song took the number one of the Billboard.
Yeah,
no one knows that. Then everyone's like, ooh, kind of controversial. So
yeah. I have heard about that, so
yeah,
maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, this is kind of weird things happen all around the world, but
yeah,
the musician is always musician. So
yeah, that's right.
If we have an instrument, we can play anywhere.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how musicians survive or like exist. So.
Yeah, and if you got into the business for the money, then you're in the wrong business.
Right.
No.
そうでございます。はい。ということで、Okay, is it gonna be the last song, maybe? 最後の曲になりそうですかね。Can I play Kagero? Yeah, Kagero by Nariaki. Yeah, listen to the song.
Cool.
Yeah. 成彬でKageroをお送りしました。
Nice one.
That's one.
Hey, that's cool.
Thank you.
So that's your band, or you?
My band. I compose a song. Then I have a band in London. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I play with my like local friends. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I really liked all the horns and strings. Yeah.
It's fun to play the kind of song with the kind of Latin community, and
right.
I wrote the song for my Spanish friends. The concept is like farewell party. If I, send him somewhere, I don't know, overseas, then I want to. If they ask me, "Oh, you're a musician and you can play something," then I would play that song. That kind of concept. So
that's cool.
Farewell song.
That's cool. So the musicians were like from England or like from all international kind of, I guess it's so international there.
I think they all born in London, but they have like wide variety of ethnicity.
Got it.
The guy from the drama is from maybe somewhere in America, the middle America. How do you say, like
Central America? No,
Central America. Yeah, Central America, and the guy on the piano is from his heritage from Guyana.
Okay.
Yeah, Guyana. So
I like the piano.
Yeah, the piano guy. So
yeah,
he's playing with Nala Sinefro.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so he's a band.
Oh.
He's in her band. So.
Oh, okay. Do you remember his name?
Lyle Burton.
Okay.
Lyle Burton.
I don't know him. I know.
I'm sorry, Lyle. Lyle Burton.
Got it.
Lyle Burton on piano.
Cool.
The bass from the local guy, London guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
A lot of good musicians in London.
You go to London often?
Yeah, I do. I haven't played there in a little bit, but yeah, I like it there quite a bit.
For the show? Show ですか?
Yeah, it's fun to play there. Cool crowds. Yeah, just really vibrant, you know, like just so many people doing so many cool things and such a great appreciation for jazz there.
Hell yeah.
Just cool scene, cool enthusiasm. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, like the capital city of music, I guess. Yeah, one of the capital music.
Yeah.
LA too. I've been to LA only once. Then I was staying in Pasadena actually.
Really?
So yeah, with my friends.
Cool. What did you think of Pasadena?
It's literally what I saw in the movie.
Totally.
Like palm trees.
You know, a lot of movies are filmed in Pasadena, right? So yeah. So
the wide road.
Yep.
The 7-Eleven on the corner.
Yeah.
The record shops, amazing record shop.
Yeah.
It's just really, really, really big. And
Poobah maybe.
I think so. I forgot the name though.
Yeah. I wonder.
Then I got the pancake with the syrup.
Yeah.
With the butter.
Yep.
The steak on side. I was like, whoa,
crazy.
Crazy.
Each one is this big.
I was like, whoa.
You know why we're so fat now.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. But the Japanese food is amazing, isn't it? Japanese food.
In LA?
No.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. I gain my weight.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah, it's funny, LA. Like, sometimes I'm there, I'm like, wow, this really does look like a movie.
Even you.
Even me. But, you know, so where I grew up in Pasadena, have you seen Back to the Future?
Oh, okay.
Do you know the movie?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it lately, but you know Doc?
Doc.
Yeah, he has a laboratory.
Yeah.
And so where that laboratory, that scene is like four houses down from where I grew up.
Really?
Yeah, so I was always proud of that. Yeah.
I feel it. Yes, it looks like LA and Pasadena.
Yeah, Pasadena. Yeah, a lot of times in a movie when it's supposed to be just like a really nice suburb, it could be filmed in Pasadena.
I see.
But maybe less and less now. Movies are not being made in LA, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe that era is over.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So パサディナっていう場所があってちょっと it's a little bit up north, right?
Yeah, northeast. Yeah,
northeast.
Yeah.
パサディナって場所があって、バックトゥーザフューチャーのドクターのねドクがのラボのシーンは本当に4ブロック離れたところで撮られたそうなので、ね、すごいご近所さんだった近所で撮られたということでね、はい、すごい映画のロケ地にもなっているところでございます。はい。Okay, what's your plan the rest of the year, 2026?
Oh, 2026. Yeah. Oh gosh, it's very exciting. Yeah, just traveling a lot and releasing music and trying.
Release music coming with new music.
Yeah, lots of new music coming. Yeah, stay tuned.
新曲が来るそうです。
And and trying to get in the studio and trying to do some sit-ups. Yeah.
Interesting. What's your next destination after Japan?
After Japan, I go to China next week.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
China. この後ね、日本だと中国に行くそうで。Is it part of the tour?
Yeah, part of the tour. So I'm playing in Shanghai and Chengdu.
上海とチェンドゥで、
Yep.
ライブを
Looking
するそうなので。
forward to that as well.
はい。
Yeah.
それももし 中国のファンがいたらぜひチェックしてください。ということで、今週はジョン・キャロル・カービーさんをお迎えしました。Thank you for coming to the Flipside Planet and hope we see you soon.
Thank you so much. Had a great time.
You too.
Fun chat.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.